We are back here with some more XLB Week 3 action as the Salt Lake City Yetis travel to the purifying waters of Lake Minnetonka Stadium in St. Paul, Minnesota to take on the St. Paul Purple Rain. These two teams come into today with a record of Salt Lake City is 1-1, St. Paul is 2-0. One of the three undefeated teams coming into this week. We're the Purple Rain, and Buffalo has the week off, so they are going to survive and make it to week 4 undefeated regardless. The legacy players for Salt Lake City are Alfonso Soriano and Brett Saberhagen. And the legacy players for the Purple Rain are King Griffey Jr. and Alex Rodriguez. So got some bats over there. Zach Gallen from the Diamondbacks on the mound for the Yetis. A 2-6 pitcher taking on Tanner Bibee. Tanner from the Cleveland Guardians. He is a 2-7 pitcher. I control the Yetis. My brother controls the Purple Rain. Alfonso Soriano is up to bat and set to kick this one off against Tanner Bibee. And Bibee will get Soriano to line out to third. And A-Rod fields that one for one down. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. And he'll get out as well, and he'll ground out to third. So A-Rod getting a workout in here. Salvador Perez with 2 down. Bibee will get Perez to ground out back to him. 3 up, 3 down for the Yetis. As Tanner Bibee gets through it, Zach Gallen now goes to work against George Springer. And Springer will smack a single into center to get things underway for the Purple Rain. That'll bring up the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, against Zach Gallen. And PBCD for the big dumper. And he is going to smack a ground rule double over the wall that's going to score Springer from first. And so two batters.
I think we only score them if there's 2 outs on a ground double. I think he just has to move second as a third base.
Oh, okay. I just thought it scored him.
I think we made a rule that only if it was 2 outs on a ground rule double.
Okay. But still, second and third now for Ken Griffey Jr. against Zach Gallen. And Gallen will give up a single to Griffey into center, and that will score George Springer. And move Cal Raleigh over to third. I assume you don't want to send him there.
No.
And that'll bring up A-Rod now. Nobody down. And Gallen trying to work out of this jam. And A-Rod will take a walk to load the bases. That'll bring up Andy Pages with the bases juiced against Zach Gallen. And Pages is out of there, and he'll ground out to second. No air, and that's a double play.
What is it?
Double play, others advance, so the run will score from third. That's Cal Raleigh coming in, and Pages, who hits into the double play, still scores the run. That's got to feel nice. So now 2 down, a runner on third for Ketel Marte. Marte will strike out to end the bottom of 1. So Gallen gets the strikeout, but the damage is done. 2 runs on the board for the Purple Rain. And to the top of 2 we go. Jackson Chourio set to lead off against Tanner Bibee. And Bibee will get Chourio to pop up to second. Bring up Kyle Tucker now with 1 down. Bibee will strike him out. First strikeout of the day for Bibee. That'll bring up Vinny Pasquantino. And Vinny will smack a home run over the wall. And the Pasquatch will put the Yetis on the board with that home run. First hit of the day given up for Bibee. And that'll bring up Taylor Ward. And now Ward. He is way out of there. Grounds out to short for the out. But the Salt Lake City Yetis do put one up on the board. As Zach Gallen tries to come out and slow things down here in the second. Now he'll get the bottom of the lineup. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. set to lead off. And Gallen will give up a single into left to Vladimir Guerrero. Here's the thing, man. You're going to get it on your card. You got to get him out, Zach Gallen. I'm sorry. Otto Lopez at the plate. And Otto says, how about this? I'll get a hit then. A single into right. Oops. You going first to third?
Nah, I'm just... Deadpool hit.
They'll bring up Brian Reynolds against Zach Gallen. And Gallen will get him to ground out to the shortstop. No error. Infield was back. Double play. Runner on second goes to third. So again, Gallen gets the double play, but doesn't get him out of the inning as George Springer is now up at the plate with 2 down and a man on third. And Gallen will get Springer to fly out to right to end the inning. So Gallen makes it interesting, but finds his way out of it. 5 hits through 2 innings for the Purple Rain. Yetis up, top of the third. Jeremy Pena set the lead off against Tanner Bibee. And Pena is out of there as he flies out to right. They'll bring up Matt Chapman, the 9-hole hitter. Bibee will get him to ground out to third. 2 down now here in the third. Alfonso Soriano back at the top of the lineup. And Soriano is out of there as he'll ground out to second to end the top of the third. 2-1, bottom of 3. Cal Raleigh, big dumper, going to lead off against Zach Gallen. And Raleigh will take a walk. Second walk of the day issued by Gallen, and he has put himself in a spot in all 3 innings now against Griffey. And Junior Griffey's going to hit a triple that's going to score Cal Raleigh. And put a man on third here in the third with nobody down as the bullpen warms up with A-Rod at the plate. And Gallen will get A-Rod to ground out to second. No error.
And a third.
Wait, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. OBR A or B on third scores. So he does come in. So A-Rod does drive him in. Grounding out. So 2 down now here as Andy Pajes. No, 1 down here as Andy Pajes is at the plate. And Pajes will smack that one over the wall. Andy Pajes puts it on the board for the Purple Rain. A home run for them. Big jack from Pajes. And Zach Gallen has been lit up here so far. They're going to stay out there, though, with the bases cleared. And Ketel Marte is out of there as he'll ground out to third. 2 down now here with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. And Gallen. Wild pitch. Back to Gallen. We'll get Guerrero to pop up to the catcher. But 3 more on the board for the Purple Rain as Andy Pajes hits the home run. Did his home run, that was a solo shot?
Yeah, Griffey was.
Yeah, okay. I was just trying to make sure I got that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing? I have 4 RBIs, but 5 runs scored. Griffey has 2. A-Rod grounded out. Did he do that twice? No, he walked.
One was a double play ground out.
What? So Pajes hit the double play in the first inning that they still scored on, right? Okay, so Pajes should have 2 RBIs. Got it. Thank you. And that'll take us to the top of 4 now, where Bo Bichette will lead off against Tanner Bibee. 5-1 on the board. And Bibee will get Bichette to ground out to first. They'll bring up Salvador Perez. And Salvi will be sat down. Second strikeout for Bibee. Jackson Churrillo. And Churrillo will hit a double into left with 2 down. Second hit of the day for the Yetis. Bring up Kyle Tucker now with 2 down and 1 on. And Bibee will get Tucker to fly out to right. And that's how the top half of 4 will come to a close. Bottom of 4 we go. Zach Gallen done for the day. As Tony Santillan will check in. Or Santillan, whatever you want to call him. I'm fine with it. That'll bring Otto Lopez against Tony Santillan.
2-9.
And Tony will give up a single into left on his card. 2-9, who needs it? Not us. Leadoff man gets on. Brian Reynolds at the plate. And Reynolds will smack a double into center. Back-to-back hits for the Purple Rain. You want to take a look at it? Okay. Second and third for George Springer now as Santillan has 2 on. PB Beatty for Springer. And he'll strike out. That'll bring up Cal Raleigh with 2 on, 1 down. And Raleigh will strike out.
Wow, boy.
So now 2 on, 2 down for Ken Griffey Jr. And Santillan will get Griffey to ground out back to him. And that'll end the inning. So Santillan gets in the jam, second and third, but then wriggles his way out of it. Top of 5 we go. Vinny Pasquantino set to lead off against Tanner Bibee. PBCD for Pasquantino. And he strikes out. Oops. Third strikeout for Bibee as Taylor Ward's at the plate now. And Bibee will give up a single into center to Ward. It'll bring up Jeremy Pena, 1 on, 1 down. Bibee will get Pena to ground out to third. OBRA safe at first, and that is Pena. So 2 down, and Pena going to go for second. TA or TB? TA, and that'll end the inning as Pena caught stealing here in the 5th. Bottom of 5 we go. Santillan back out on the mound to take on the heart of the lineup. Alex Rodriguez set to lead off for the Purple Rain. And Santillan will get him to line out right back to him. A frozen rope by A-Rod, fielded by the pitcher. Andy Pajes at the plate. Santillan will get Pajes to fly out to center. 2 down. For Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And Santillan will get Guerrero to ground out to second. 3 up, 3 down here in the 5th. Top of 6 we go. Matt Chapman, the 9-hole hitter, set to lead off. Bibee will get Chapman to ground back to him. To start it off, back at the pitcher, Alfonso Soriano at the plate, the leadoff hitter. Soriano is out of there as he lines one back to the pitcher. So the Stars
Look out, pitchers.
firing him back at the pitchers. They'll bring up Bo Bichette. And Bo will smack a double. Oh, okay. What? A double into right. Normally, that kind of threw me for a loop because normally the triple sits there. So I wasn't sure what I was seeing there. Fourth hit of the day for the Devils. Or the Yetis, excuse me. As Bo Bichette hits that one. Now bring up Salvador Perez. 1 on, 2 down. Perez will be hit by the pitch.
Come on, man.
First and second after Salvador Perez is hit by the pitch. So 2 on for Jackson Churrillo. And Churrillo will smack a single into center. $11 to 62. And Bo Bichette will hold. So bases loaded for Kyle Tucker. Huh? Oop. Tucker. He would have been in there. And that's a strikeout instead on Tucker with the bases loaded. So tying run got to the plate, and Bibee got out of it with his 4th strikeout. Bottom of 6 we go. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. set to lead off against Santillan. And Santillan will strike him out. 3rd strikeout of the day for Tony Santillan. Otto Lopez at the plate. Santillan will get him. The ground back to him. 2 down for Brian Reynolds. And Reynolds is out of there as he grounds out to second. And that'll do it for the Purple Rain here in the 6th. Top of 7 we go. Vinny Pasquantino set to lead off against Bibee. And Pasquantino will strike out. 5th strikeout for Bibee. Taylor Ward at the plate. Bibee will get him to fly out to left. Deep left, as a matter of fact. Pena is out of there. Grounds out to the 3rd baseman. 3 up, 3 down for the Yetis here in the 7th. Bottom of 7 we go, where Santillan continues to work against George Springer, the leadoff hitter. And Springer is out of there. Grounds out to short. 1 down here in the bottom of 7. Cal Raleigh. Santillan will get Raleigh to ground out to 3rd for the 2nd out. 2 down for King Griffey Jr. Santillan will strike out Griffey. 4 innings pitched for Santillan. Top of the 8th. Matt Chapman set to lead off. Tanner Bibee stays out there.
Yeah. 1 run, 5 hits. I'll leave him out there.
Chapman will take a walk. As Alfonso Soriano steps up now. Nobody out. 1 on for Soriano. And Soriano grounds out to the shortstop. No air. Double play. Bibee gets out of that one. 2 down as Bo Bichette steps up to the plate. And Bibee will get Bo to ground out to short to get out of the 8th. Bottom of 8 we go. Tyler Holton checks in for the Yetis. He'll take on A-Rod. And A-Rod will be hit by the pitch.
Oh, retaliation.
Yeah, we send a message. You hit Salvi, we hit him. That'll bring up Andy Pajes now, as both benches are warned by the umpire. Next hit batter is an ejection.
Okay.
Holton will get Pajes to pop up to the shortstop. One down here in the 8th. Ketel Marte. Marte will smack that one out of here. Marte hits a home run. And Marte has been good to start the season.
I don't know how many he's got on the year.
I believe that's his 3rd.
Whoa.
So 2 insurance runs there for the Purple Rain. Off Ketel Marte's bat, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. And Holton will get him to pop up to the catcher. 2 down. We'll bring up Otto Lopez. And Lopez will ground out to the shortstop to end the bottom half of the 8th. 2 more runs, though, for the Purple Rain. Make it 7-1.
Bring in Harmon, Little Bibee.
Tarman Mladzinski will check in from the Pirates. And he'll take on Salvador Perez to start the top of the 9th. And Mladzinski will strike out Perez. 1 up, 1 down. Jackson Churrillo at the plate. Mladzinski will give up a single into left to Churrillo. Just the 6th hit of the day for the Yetis. And they've got Kyle Tucker up. And Tucker will strike out. 2 down. As the crowd comes to their feet with Vinny Pasquantino at the plate. Mladzinski will strike him out. 3 strikeouts for Mladzinski to secure the win here for the Yeti, or for the Purple Rain. Tanner Bibee, good through 8. Mladzinski doesn't really get anything. And that loss going to be hung on Zach Gallen. 10 hits, 7 runs for the Purple Rain. 1 run on 6 hits for Salt Lake City. MVP of the game, King Griffey Jr., who was 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll do it. Tune in for more Week 3 action as we keep this train rolling right here on the XLB Network. Thanks for watching.